Hey, here you are. Hi, welcome to IDEKO. My name is Juan Arrieta, and I want to show you what is IDEKO and what are we doing here every day. IDEKO is a research center specialized on advanced manufacturing technologies and industrial production. And we are doing this for more than 35 years. IDEKO at the same time is a center within the BRTA, the Basque Research and Technology Alliance. And I want to show you shortly what are we doing, our human teams, our main projects, and our main most relevant equipment and facilities. Follow me, and I will show you this shortly. As you can see here, this is a multifunctional meeting room, and at the moment they are showing some research results. This is the same room that we are using in order to check out with industrial customers our research priorities, or even to have our managing boards. Let's let them in peace. I want to show you now how are we doing in order to proceed with our international activity. We are going in this way with a lot of international partners, and we are sometimes sharing students, sharing publications, sharing collaborative research projects with our international customers. We are being present in the most relevant manufacturing research collaborative spaces all over Europe. You can imagine that we have some conferences, congresses, and even European partnerships. But I would like to emphasize at this moment that we have some specific partners that are more in relationship with the activity that is being carried out at our research units. In particular, when we have Dynamics and Control Research Unit, they are collaborating with the University of Waterloo, especially in the chatter avoidance and vibrations elimination and modeling and simulation. When we have in mind the Manufacturing Process Research Unit, we are collaborating with Bremen in Germany. Bremen University are also very skilled in grinding technology, and they are making the grinding and technology assessment together with us. When we have in mind precision engineering, we have the ETH Zurich in Switzerland, and they are also very skilled in how to achieve the precision in all our mechatronic designs. And finally, last but not least, when we are thinking on the ICT and Automation Research Unit guys, these are collaborating with SCCH in Hagenberg, the Software Competence Center in Austria, and especially we are working with them in the data analysis, artificial intelligence, and everything that is related with the Industry 4.0. But I want to show you now how are we doing this. I will show you some manufacturing equipment, some laboratories, and which is our prototype workshop. Come with me, please. IDEKO, as told in the beginning, is very market-oriented and making a market-oriented research. We can see here how are we doing in order to proceed with the market-oriented research. We have to consider the whole innovation cycle from the very early stages till the end. If we don't reach the end, we consider that this is not complete, okay? So from the very beginning, we are checking out, having a survey about the main technological trends in advanced manufacturing, identifying all the patents, identifying all the state-of-the-art technologies, attending conferences and congresses, and developing a competitive intelligence activity. This competitive intelligence activity has been the seed for the constitution of a startup of IDEKO that is called Inguma, with our own competitive intelligence solution. So with all these technological trends, we are setting the basis and the foundations in order to proceed with all the research activity. And at the end, we have to be able to propose new businesses, new products, new services, or new strategies. That's the main goal, to reach till there. Keep in mind that from the 120 high advanced and high qualified researchers in IDEKO, mostly all of them are thinking on excellence research, but at the same time also in technology transfer, okay? So I want to show you now what is this space that we are seeing here. You see that we have a very interesting prototypes workshop. It's the Digital Grinding Innovation Hub, part of the Basque Digital Innovation Hub recently awarded by the European Commission, but this will be shown in several minutes. Come with me downstairs. As I was telling you before, in the international corner, we have 4 different research units in IDEKO. Let's give some insight about these different research units. First of all, we have the manufacturing process. So these guys are making research in the most relevant manufacturing technologies, like milling, boring, turning, grinding. But these are the conventional technologies. Maybe we are also putting together some non-conventional technologies, like laser manufacturing, additive manufacturing, or even composites processing. And it's complemented with the entity inspection of high added value relevant produced parts. Second, we have the design and precision engineering. Precision colleagues are actuating in the mechatronic design of the different devices around manufacturing technologies, around machine tool building, in order to get this achieved precision. For sure, always trying to compensate the different errors that may be appearing in the manufacturing value chain, and also complementing all that with measurement systems, especially based on laser and machine vision. Thirdly, we have the dynamics and control. These guys are proceeding with the process control, process monitoring, chatter avoidance, cutting process stability, and trying to see how can we get rid of vibrations in the manufacturing process. Finally, we have the ICT and automation colleagues that are always dealing with the Industry 4.0 paradigm and dealing with data analysis, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and trying to give this modern smell and flavor to the manufacturing domain. And I will show you now, this is the theory, the different levels, the different domains that we have. Let's go to visit the facilities, the laboratories in the Digital Grinding Innovation Hubs, and also showing some equipment in the Precision Laboratory. After this technical overview about the different research units of IDEKO, I suppose you will be eager to visit some hardware, some manufacturing assets, laboratories, workshops. Let us start visiting the laboratory of the Precision Lab, where we will visit very interesting issues. Come with me, please. All right, here we are in the Precision Laboratory of IDEKO. Perhaps you will not notice this, but this is an area, a special area where humidity, temperature is under control. In fact, this floor is special somehow compared to this other one, and it's isolated in order to avoid the vibration transmission. What we are doing here is to take some test beds, to take them in the extreme conditions in order to see where are the limits of the mechatronic devices. See, as you see, we are doing some tests, verifying these electronical, mechanical equipment. And apart from the test beds and the mechatronic devices, what we are doing here in the lab, Precision Lab, is the introducement and development of robotics and machine vision, especially nowadays with the concepts of human-centered manufacturing. It's really important and critical to have the vision systems enabled within manufacturing production systems and have this human-robot cooperation with enough safety for the operator, the so-called collision avoidance systems. And finally, in this lab of the Precision Laboratory, we have this special place, which is the Ultra Precision Center with Carl Zeiss, that is a reference in the optic measurements, and we are working together with them in the last 10 years. And now, these lab conditions, it's time to take them into higher TRLs, into machine conditions. That's what we are going to see in the Digital Grinding Innovation Hub. Now you see, due to the noise, that we are in much more industrial operational conditions. This is the prototype workshop of IDEKO, the DGIH, and we are here at the moment in the milling boring area. In these machines, machines that IDEKO made an investment some years ago, an important investment, in order to have this independence and for testing, validation and verification of technologies. Here we are testing and verifying the collision avoidance systems that we were seeing in the lab, Precision Lab. Also, we are testing some vibration reduction systems, chatter avoidance, active and passive damping, and making also the compensation of thermal dilatations in the milling heads. That's what we are doing in the milling boring area. And now we are entering in the grinding area. Grinding means that we have different equipment, different manufacturing assets, one of each type, one of each different architecture, vertical, horizontal, heavy duty, high precision, centerless grinding machinery. And what we are doing here is to test different alternatives, different grinding wheels, different coolant types, in order to make a research with the process control and process modeling, and have these collaborative spaces among IDEKO, among the machine tool builder and the final end user. In fact, it's very commonly met here in IDEKO that we are having real practical meetings within this workshop, just checking out if the design requirements and the final expectancies of the customer are matching. You can see here a high precision horizontal grinding machine, and when we see these high added value automotive parts, we have to be sure that from the very beginning we are going directly to the customer expectancies. So it's time to validate and to verify that our research results can be implemented in this machine in order to get competitive advantage and get right at the first time this complex machinery, this complex produced parts. And finally, in this laboratory, what we have in this area is the Industry 4.0 paradigm and the connectivity, the cloud systems and all that. All the manufacturing equipment that you see here are interconnected machines. Additionally, if we pay attention to the customers' machinery worldwide, we have more than 400 manufacturing assets already interconnected. When we have the connection and access, remote access to this machinery, we are getting data, real operational data, work, part, process and machine behavior data. And as soon as we have all this data, we can proceed with the data analysis, data correlation, and we can also advance towards the artificial intelligence algorithms. That's what, at the moment, is creating the digital transformation of the manufacturing companies. But we have more issues. What else can we offer to the industrial ecosystem? Come with me and I will show you the other building of IDEKO with more laboratories and more manufacturing equipment. You will notice that we are in another different building. In fact, this is the original former building of IDEKO, created in 1986. What we have here is more collaborative spaces, more manufacturing assets, more projects, and more human teams. Follow me downstairs and let's see what can we find out in here. As told before, we are in the second building and we are going downstairs towards the second prototype workshop together with new manufacturing assets. But before that, I want to show you some interesting place in here that makes full sense in COVID-19 pandemic times. Come with me, please. As you can see here, these are the offices for the collaborative research projects and are very transparent spaces that are fostering the collaborative research, sometimes even not only with researchers of IDEKO, but also putting together members or human people from the end users or our customers. And this is the space that I was talking about. In COVID-19 pandemic times, what happens is that the machine tool builders can't do the ramp up and the technical assistance physically. So, due to the trip restrictions, they are creating a lot of problems in order to proceed with technical assistance when some parts are broken down, when you have some productivity times. So we have developed this place that is the Advanced Teleservice Office. Okay? Hi, I won't disturb you, no worries. So what we have here is the connectivity with the customer facilities, connectivity even with the customers. So there's a direct access and direct interaction between the machine tool builders, between the final end users, and even the researchers in IDEKO. From here, due to the use of some cameras, some Google glasses, and some advanced equipment we have already developed or acquired, we are having remote access to these equipments, to these manufacturing assets, and from the distance we can propose how to proceed with to sort out the unproductivities, to sort out some breakdowns, or even to help and support the ramp-up process. And finally, from the distance, from the glass, you can see the second prototype of workshop. The second prototype workshop of IDEKO. We have more technologies, more laboratories, and more projects in there. Come with me downstairs and I will show it to you. Well, And we are now in another area where we can find further projects, further laboratories, and more manufacturing advanced equipment. On my right, we have the Digital Factory Lab, where we are developing ICT and automation modules, software, basically software developments. And we are also in contact with the main references in the CNC providers. But where we are bringing added value is in the development of apps. This is bringing real added value to the digital transformation of companies. And on my left, we have the High Performance Dynamics Laboratory, where we are dealing with vibration reduction, especially using active and passive dampers, using piezoelectrics, and trying to get rid of the surface defects. And every time that we are seeing that surface quality is okay, we are succeeding. That's the mission of this laboratory. What else can we find in here? Well, we are entering in the machine and further laboratories area. And on my left, we can see some turning operations and turning machinery. In the previous building, we were dealing with milling and boring, also grinding. Here we have some market applications in the turning technology with direct applications in oil and gas sector. And on my right, we have the composites laboratory. Composites processing is considered at IDEKO from a double reality. Prepreg materials, but also dry fiber automatic lamination processes. As you can imagine, this is not only about engineers. We are bringing different profiles in here. Chemicals, chemical engineers are brought at IDEKO to develop this composites laboratory. In the same way, in the Digital Factory Lab, data scientists and mathematicians are also part of the reality of IDEKO. What we are bringing here is the fiber processing technology, and this can be the seed of future startups, future companies within the sector, with direct application in wind power, but also in aerospace industry. Well, you can see here some reference targeted pieces where we are applying NDT inspection. You can see that, for example, railway technology, a railway sector, is very well addressed in here. Railway axles, part of a railway wheel. This is why high commitment pieces need to be checked out. And we have to be sure that everything is okay. No internal defects. It's not only about surface quality, it's also about internal defects, internal cracks. On my right, we have the laser laboratory. We are considering laser from the laser cutting processes, but also additive manufacturing by means of laser devices. And on my left, we can see we are arriving to the robotics area. Robotics is considered at IDEKO from three different perspectives. The robotic machining, robotic inspection NDT, and robotics vision in an environment where human-robot cooperation is becoming a reality. But as you can imagine, first of all, we need to sort out the lack of rigidness and the lack of precision of robotic systems. That's what we are working on. And finally, here we are in the NDT inspection technologies field. We are developing NDT technologies under ultrasonics, under eddy current arrays, eddy current sensorics, and this has been demo test beds for direct application in very, very demanding and challenging sectors as railways, wind power, oil and gas, or even aerospace sector. And this was the seed for a new startup recently launched by IDEKO and called NDT. That's what we are doing at our premises in our daily activity. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you have enjoyed the visit that I was showing to you. As main takeaways, keep in mind that this is a combination. IDEKO is a combination of excellent research in manufacturing together with market uptake and technology transfer as research results that are being commercialized. These results are being competitive advantages, to be fighting with top countries like States, Japan or Germany, but also low-cost countries as China, Korea or Taiwan. That's our mission. If you have any other question or you want to be more in contact with IDEKO, please have a look to our website, contact us, or why not, come to visit us in the near future. Meanwhile, stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.